Well, let me finish with the SQL versus NoSQL thing. There's lots of differences between SQL and NoSQL, but for me, the primary difference, as far as the end user goes, in SQL, I'm required to know what my data looks like before I can store any data. The NoSQL world doesn't care. It says, give me a blob of data and I'll give you a blob of data back and I'll let you figure out what's in it or what's not in it. You got to figure that out. So there's a flexibility issue there that it's actually kind of cool in a lot of ways, but also pretty disastrous. Much like that PHP rant I was doing. So it's all right. It's wonderful that it makes everything better, but what effectively is a Redis cache? I'm going to say this, and somebody's going to be mad. That's all right. They can get mad. Effectively, a Redis cache is nothing more than a dictionary in the cloud that's really fast. Effectively, all that it is. There's other aspect to it, and there's more, and it's more nuanced, as people like to say. Usually, when people are saying, "Well, it's more nuanced than that," what they're really telling you is they don't quite understand it well enough to explain it to you. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to explain it to you. Because there's a bunch of stuff behind it, but effectively, as far as most people care it and how most people use it, is just a.
We're not that bad, are we?
No, we're not. But you're asking what Redis is, so that's is not a bad idea. See, you want a cookie. You instead of walking through the entire pantry every time to go get a cookie on the kitchen counter, the Redis cache says, "Hey, it's super close, it's super fast, and perfect for things you need often." So it's the key would be the cookie jar, and you always know where the cookie jar is. And I say, "Give me cookie from cookie jar," and that's all I know. Flat. Oh, dark helmet. Your Schwartz is as big as mine. Oh, so I'm gonna as we do something, I come to a spot, or if you have a question as we do something, make sure you get Mr. Big Head to yell out to me, and then I'll stop and I'll get back to the microphone and we'll have a discussion. Hold on. You dusty but good. Yeah, you got that. What's affectionately referred to in the carpenter world, because guys tend to be doing it more than ladies, although there's some very fine ladies doing it. They sometimes call that man glitter, and yeah, I got lots of that. I got a really good deal. This is a Penn State Turncrafter Commander, and it was $250. You know, if I bought it brand new, it was like $750, and I got a good deal because if a thing happened, and it was the guy selling it. It was his dad's, and since he had passed away, he doesn't do any of this stuff, and so I got a good deal of it. And as I was putting it together, or picking it up, and going through all the stuff he could say I have, and I got some salt and pepper shakers, grinders, and he goes, my dad never did make me one of these. And I said, I'll see what I can do about that. It took me a few months because I had to get some things going and that kind of stuff. But I sent him a salt and pepper grinder from his dad's collection, made on his dad's lathe, to it, and he was touched. And I'm glad I could do that for him. By the way, in case you're wondering, I know you are. This paper towel right here is about 1,000 grit. So next time you pick up a paper towel and start polishing your glasses with it, know that you got 1,000 grit sandpaper on your paper towel. And you're putting them on your glasses. And because Pong told me I had to have a dual mic set up,
Didn't you have another microphone?
I certainly do. How was that? Somebody say something to me.
Get back to the lathe.
You heard that?
Everybody knows I do my very best to not act my age.
Pens.
In this case, this is called a pen press. I've got 2 different kinds of them. This is the newest one I acquired because I got it cheap, and this is my favorite. This is my favorite. The other style I have is I'll show you the other style real fast. And I even put some mods on it because of the way it works. This is the other style of pen press I have. It's a lot faster because you scam it in there. But what you don't have is, because you're doing this big push thing to go down on it, it's way too easy to gorilla monkey things and bend stuff and push things in just a little bit too far and that kind of stuff. If you have a makerspace close. And not only with the makerspace, if you find yourself one, I don't know where you are, and I don't know. Okay, I'm about to cause a problem. I'm not talking about the makerspaces at the library that has one printer that works half the time, one 3D printer. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a makerspace which they've got an active community where people are in there doing stuff all the time, sometimes 24 hours a day. Some of them have more stuff, some have less stuff, but because there's people like you that want to do this occasionally, you'll be surprised at the number of makerspaces that have at least one lathe. And now I ain't gonna lie to you. You go in there and they've been using a while, you may be now the lathe expert, whether you want to be or not. And you might have to do some wrenching on it. But don't be afraid of that, because I will tell you some of the best stuff learning I've done.
Harold Jim FYYC says JK.
On all of the stuff that I've been doing is because I needed to change a belt, or I needed to make the lathe work because I wanted to work on it. And the person that actually was responsible for it either left it or no one else cared. And I wanted to make it happen. And so I got in and I did some things. And I can't tell you how invaluable some of that learning is.